Hey guys, welcome back to Sword of Mana. Since last time, I got Elena a little bit more up to speed with Duke, and I also put her far past Duke as far as armor upgrades and everything goes, because I abused the money that Mr. Ahmed gives you and took it away from the in-game IRS in order to buy Elena some excellent armor upgrades that cost quite a bit of money, I'll tell you that much. Like, her hat is now the best hat that she's going to get for the rest of the game, the fossil hat. Now, the reason for this, obviously, is because I'm doing this file with Elena a little bit more streamlined, so I kind of want to have her on as high of defense as I possibly can. And she's not doing the Bill Collection side quest in this one because she already has 3 pieces of Dead Bear's Gold, which is all she'll need for the whole game. So, I got her a couple of her ultimate equipments already. She's got the Fossil Hat, which is ridiculously good. It gives no darkness, which means her physical attacks will be pretty much guaranteed to hit, even if she ever is using physical attacks, which is very unlikely. But the point of the matter there is that it also weakens Shade Elemental attacks, which will be useful coming up in the dungeon. But you probably don't want this upgrade, because it cost me 5,000 lucre to get this, so you probably don't want this. It's the second best hat in the game, only outdone by something that's really not worth it, so... Moving on. I got her the Dion robe, which was supposed to not be done until a little bit later in the game, but it's not that much greater than how it is. It's got excellent elemental defense, though, so that's worth considering. I think this one cost me 1,000 lucre. Got Mithril gloves, which is the best glove item for her. It's especially important for Elena, even though I got it for Duke as well, because it gives no silence, and it gives resistance to all elements. Now, she already has pretty good resistance anyway to elements because of her high mind stat, but with this, she's got really high resistance to all elements. And then there's the Baobab sandals, which were the standard upgrade that I would have given her anyway if I hadn't taken money from the in-game IRS. Now, you may have noticed already, but Lester is also in the party, so that kind of, well, I'll explain that in a second after I show you. I got her the Ivory Staff, which is another upgrade I would have gotten her normally. It's, you forge the staff with, as you can see, an elephant tusk, and you get the Ivory Staff. So, there's that. Now, you may have noticed, but Lester is in our party right now, and, that kind of unbalances our party a little bit, because Lester is also a little bit more towards the magic side of the playing field. And I kind of like that, how they kind of unbalanced our party here. Like, look at Lester's stats there. He's fairly unbalanced. He's more towards, as you can see, Dryad magic over there. He's got level 15 Dryad magic, which isn't too far off his bow level. But still, he's got more MP than HP and all of that stuff. So I like it how they kind of unbalanced our party and made it a little bit more difficult for us to get through here, even though Lester's a partner, which makes us better off than Duke. Because Duke can't go through here with a partner. He has to go through here alone because, well, Amanda died. So there's that. So I kind of like it how they unbalanced our party for that, but it shouldn't be too much more difficult. Genoa, yeah, we're sorry about all of that. Yeah, we kind of know that from when we saw. I'd say she did. Just like Amanda. Now I'm going to rub it in for all it's worth now. She's not beating us up for it. Thank God. Well, now we gotta go knock some sense into Devius, or better yet, we're gonna have to just talk some sense into him. A locked door in an RPG? Blasphemy! Huh. The sound of the bell. Well, remember that because there's a bell puzzle, or 3, in this part of the Devius Manor. So now we're going to enter here to enter, as I just said, Devius Manor, the innermost regions of this. Now, the first major thing that you want to do before you get in here is make sure that you have Wisp equipped, because I'm fairly certain Wisp is equally effective against everything in here, including these guys. These, I believe, are called Spectres. Yes, they're called Spectres. They have no weapon-based weakness. They take no damage from slash, bash, and jab trait weapons. Now, if Lester would actually hit this one, I might be able to show it. Come on, Lester, hit it. Do I need to switch to you to show it? There you go. you can't do any damage to them with with weapons. So you have to do the damage with magic. And the most effective magic against them, obviously, is light magic, because they're dark elemental. That might be a reason to use the fossil wood, but I really don't think that that's really necessary. Because the fossil hat is just way too expensive, really, to have at this point in the game, unless, well, you don't want the piece of Dudbear's gold from the in-game IRS. So, really not worth your time. And I mean, I almost call them shades. I'm thinking of some other game. They're not really, the specters aren't really that difficult to defeat, so I wouldn't really worry about it. But really, I don't really need to kill any of these enemies, so I'm just probably going to kill the ones that I can kill with in a couple of hits with my magic. Because Elena is already level 30. Yes, now even Elena is getting overleveled, despite the fact that her game is more streamlined than Duke's is. Am I going the right way? No, I'm not going the right way, actually. I don't know why I'm going this way. I just went through here with Duke to get him ready for a little bit later. But the first thing that you want to do when you go... Ooh, more specters. Hang on a sec. Let me just kill these guys off real quick. But anyway, the first thing that you want to do is, you see that gear down there? The one that's on the left side of the screen right there, that's all gold and it's spinning and stuff. Well, what you want to do is you press the jump button while holding down, and you can jump down here on the gear. So then you can get down to this area, and you have to come over here, so this is kind of important. Now remember that you can jump on the gears, because you'll need to do that at a later point in the dungeon. Anyway. So, oh, Cockatrice is in here. That's great, and it just totally destroyed Lester. Great. I'm not gonna worry about it, because he'll just handle it. Lester, you gonna handle it? Anyway. You hear how the bell made that high-pitched dinging sound at the end of the 3 rings there? Well, that means that you hit it the correct number of times, and the door corresponding to that bell will open. Now, like I said, there's 3 bell puzzles in this place, and they will each require you to hit an increasing amount of bells. For this one, it opens the door in the top left corner of this room that we're in, which we don't have access to right now because we're in the wrong part of the room in order to get to it. And you need to hit this bell 3 times in order to open that door. Now, you can hit it from inside the room, from like up here if you have the bow or something like that. But well, I don't think that's really necessary. And Lester's dead. That's great. I don't care. He can stay a ghost for all I care. In this chest we get a magic walnut. That's all I came over here for, besides ringing the bell. Oh, and once you ring the bell the first time, even if you go outside of Devius Manor, you don't need to re-ring the bell again, so don't worry about it. So now let me just recharge my magic a little bit here, because I want to have, well, all my magic, because Elena's a magic character. She's a caster. She needs her magic points. Oh, these guys. Mana veterans might recognize these enemies. They're called Shadow Zeros, and they're the first of many incarnations of the Shadow Zeros that we will see in this game. They are very quick on their feet, and they have some pretty odd attacks, and they're pretty devastating as well, simply because they're very well unpredictable. We've also got Tin Knights here, or as I like to call them, Rust Buckets. They're not too difficult to defeat, especially if you're Duke, because then you can just take them on sword to sword. As Elena, it might be a little more difficult because I'm trying to level up her Wisp, but they do give pretty good experience if you're looking for experience at this point. If you're playing this and you aren't over-leveled, you should probably be around level 29 at this point. I think I'll kill this guy just because I'm already... Stop your death blowing. Oh look, he's charmed now. Get out of here, Shadow Zero. That was cool how it ricocheted and came back. I don't really know what the enemies drop in this place. I mean, they don't drop very often for me, so it's kind of a little bit different for me. More Shadow Zeros. Oh, see, there's one of the attacks. It's really quick, and you can barely see it. Basically, what they do is they're kind of like made of plasma or something, so they can inflate their head, and that'll do pretty good damage to you. They can also turn into drill bits and just like drill drive you, which is all kinds of weird, which is going to bring up all kinds of weird sex jokes about their attacks, considering I'm playing through this dungeon as Elena. I'm sure of it. In the future, there's going to be at least one troll who's going to be like, oh, they're giving her head and drill driving her. Shut up. In this chest, we get an angel grail. And now we're going to move on again, because I think I'm already doing a little bit worse on time than I was when I was doing this dungeon with Duke, but oh well. Here's the door that would have been closed if we hadn't rang the bell down there. Which I was actually thinking about what I was going to do is I was going to use the bow for that part, but I figured I'd show down there anyway because I was heading down there to get the magic walnut anyway. So now we end up on this side of the room over here. You may recognize it from before. That was the first room that we came in, and we were in that center part before. But, well, now that we've got the door open, we can head to the left side of the room, which coincidentally is the upper left corner of the room that we need to go through in order to make it further into this dungeon. So now we head up around here. Come here, you. Oh, I almost got it. See, if you saw there, it was pretty quick, but if you saw there, the Shadow Zero kind of turned into a drill and tried to, like, slam Elena with a drill drive there. They can be annoying, but nothing we can't handle. This is a wind seal. I don't know if you can see it, but there you go. The wind spell, I figure I should demonstrate it, I guess. The support spell for the wind spell is a speed up thing, and it lets you like walk faster, basically, like this. But the thing with this is that it's really unnecessary because you can just hold the B button and run. And the thing with speed up is that once you have speed up, first off, it wears off really quickly, as you can see. And second off, when you're running, or when you're walking around, like, you really don't need to use it because you can just hold the run button. It's like, oh, I want to be lazier than I already am, so I'm just going to use speed up on myself for a quick minute. So it's really unnecessary. That's why I don't like Jin as much as, say, Gnome, because Gnome's support spell is actually remotely useful. What a concept. But anyway, let's keep going here. Over here, we've got a wind coin. We already have one of those, I think, because I believe we got it back in the Marsh Cave. Man, that was a while ago. This is a slash meta ball, so I'm going to get out the axe, which I thankfully managed to hit it with that time. I guess my reach wasn't long enough because the thing hadn't moved quickly enough for me. So now the thing with this room is that there's two different sets of stairs. There's the one that's over there that I passed up earlier, but you want to go down this set of stairs first. Just trust me on that one. Well, get out of here, Shadow Zero. I don't want anything to do with your kind. You create nasty sex jokes in my LP, and I don't like that. Let's jump down here, and here's the second bell puzzle. I'm going to kill the Shadow Zero because I'm fairly certain it will be annoying. As you can see, you can hit the bells with magic, and they will do stuff for you. So, I think I have to go out of this room in order for it to work now. Okay, there's that. Oh, nope, I guess not. If you get both bells to ring in that high-pitched dinging sound, you might have heard the bling in the background. But that means that the door opened, that these bells correspond to. So now that the door's open, we have to backtrack. And if you recall, there's that first set of stairs up there that we passed up originally. If you head down that way, you can get to the door that we just opened, which wouldn't have been opened before, so you would have been all angry because you would have had to have backtracked in order to get to it. Let me see if I can get to this before the meta ball. Nope. Oh man, that could have ended badly. You can actually get past the air seal in the beginning of this room, if I remember right. I'm not good at the timing for the axe because I'm so used to using the sword. I almost considered using opposite character traits for this LP. I was considering making Elena a melee character and making Duke a magic character just for the LOLs, but that didn't work out too well for me because when I was doing the test play, I was trying it, and Elena really didn't work out too well as a melee character because I was so off for the timing for her axe that I really didn't have much against slashing against enemies weak to slash trait weapons. Which we will meet more of as we go along here.